Thank you for inviting me to speak. It's very nice to be here. I know some of these faces for many, many, many years. And somebody's waving to me from the back. I think it's me they're waving to, I'm not really sure. I don't see that well nowadays. I wonder if you would all stand up for me now, please. You need to put everything down. And I want to put your hands in the air. And I want you to be an oak tree. You're an oak tree and you're 400 years old. And you don't move a lot. You're very solid. Your roots are very solid in the ground and you've taken up a lot of space. And you don't really get out of the way for anyone or anything. And then I want you to become a willow tree. Now, I don't know if you all know what a willow tree is, but its branches don't go like that. That's right, they go down. And a willow tree bends in the wind. If the wind goes this way, the willow tree goes that way. It may go back if the wind's coming face onto it, or forward if it's behind it. Thank you. Have a seat back down. My auntie told me a story many, many years ago. She lived in a very big house and a woodland underneath. And one day the clouds got very, very, very dark. In fact, there were thunder clouds and wind clouds, and they were coming in, and it was very, very, very dark. Oh, it's a storm, she said. And she went to check in the woodland because it was autumn and things would fly. And she heard the oak tree. And the oak tree was saying to the young willow tree, "You stay with me. I've been here for 400 years. I'm not going anywhere." And Auntie went into the house, and in the middle of England, in the mountains, the shutters on the inside of the house, not on the outside. So when a storm comes, you close the shutters on the inside, and it was night time, there was wind going and storms and hail and rain. And in the morning when she came out, there wasn't much of a tennis court anymore. It was sort of a hole in the ground. She went down to the woodland and she heard weeping. "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear." And as she walked around, she found the willow tree. "What's the matter, willow tree?" she asked. "The oak tree. It's been uprooted and it's on the ground. It's said for me to stick close to them and I'd be okay when the storm came. But the storm came and I had to go like that. And I had to go like that. But the oak tree got ripped out of the ground." Now life is not as you planned it. It's never going to be as you plan it. And if you're an oak tree, it's going to be very difficult for you. For your physical health, for your mental health, for your economic health, for your social health. So in life, one of the great advantages you can have is being a willow tree. In your body. The body changes as time goes on. When I was young, I was a dancer. Some days I did 12, 13 hours a day, rehearsals in the morning, then teaching, then 4 shows a night, 6 days a week. It was hot. But I'm not 22 anymore. So one has to adapt one's body to one's lifestyle. When I was young, we were taught that you must have your beef and lamb. And you were given lard. You're smiling. You remember. You were given white sugar and white flour. These were things the government promised people to make you healthy. Well, cardiovascular disease is a very profitable business, as is cancer, diabetes, arthritis, dementia, Alzheimer's, the diseases of old age, or the diseases of premature old age. I wonder if you know any of those people who are prematurely old. I get them coming in to see me. Some people, some executives, they're 40 and 50 years old and they've made a lot of money, an awful lot of money. But they haven't got much left to enjoy it with. They're in a, can you help me? Can you help yourself? Are you prepared to do what I ask you to do? Are you prepared not to do what you've been doing? Because what you've been doing hasn't worked, has it? And all the money in the world isn't going to help Steve Jobs now. Because he ran around and he lived in that house on his own. And he didn't have any furniture for a lot of the time, and he got angry with a lot of people. And the last year of his life, he ran around for a super cure. There is no one super cure. There is no one secret to health and happiness. It's a broad spectrum of approaches. Who here exercises? Put your hands up. Right up. I'm a bit short-sighted, I need to see. Who here exercises twice a week? 3 times a week? 4 times a week? 5 times a week? Your body is locomotion. Basically, you're a big tube. You're a big tube and your food goes in, and locomotion pumps it, peristalsis. If you're not moving, it's not pumping it. And even if you eat a vegetable-based diet, it's still sitting there longer than it should be, which gives you leaky gut, and it causes toxins to go into your gut, which shouldn't be there in the first place. So you need to move. You can go to the doctors if you like and say, fix me. It's too late. You need to take care of yourself each and every day. What you eat, your locomotion, love. Love is a food. Do you get enough love? Are you in love? Are you in love with someone in particular, or your family and people around you, or your community? Or do you take care of an animal that you love? Do you have love in your life? Because if you're eating fantastically and working out and you haven't got love in your life, you're starving. Because love helps create serotonin, endorphins, helps you be inspired in the many things that you do in life. Do you trundle along and hope for the best? You'll be surprised that 99% of people do trundle along and hope for the best. The vast majority of Australians couldn't put their hands on $1,000 if they needed to in an emergency. they haven't planned. In life, you need to plan. Plan what you eat. Plan locomotion. Plan what's in your brain. Or are you carrying the baggage around that people put in your brain when you were a child? I had a teacher when I was 7 and I came from the north of England and they taught like that all the time up there. And this teacher was from the south of England and she spoke like that. And she asked us after the summer holidays to write an essay. So I thought, well, I'll write an essay. Me and my mum and my dad went to the seaside. And she read the essays out, and eventually the last one she came to is mine. And she said, and here is the worst one. I thought I put my heart and soul into that. There's no such word as ma'am. Well, it so happens the correct address for the Queen is ma'am as in jam, not mom as in arm. Ma'am is traditional Old English. But she didn't know that. If I'd have been 7 years old and carried that crap around with me for the rest of my life, I'd have never had an education. I'd have never written books and courses. I wouldn't have done that. So people put junk in your mind. They don't mean to, but they do. They think you need it. The person in the paper shop, the school teacher. My mother was in the army in the Second World War and she shot guns on the cliffs of Plymouth at invading aeroplanes. She also worked in the kitchens making pastry. And she taught me to be independent, and then she tried to teach me to make that pastry, which would be really okay if you were building an extension and you needed some rubble underneath the flooring. The independence is wonderful and I've kept that and it's beautiful and I thank her for it, but the pastry, it's best to eat before you go there. Some people incidentally put good things in. In my house as a child, we had 3 books, the Bible, apparently my father was a Catholic. I never knew that. Nobody mentioned it. My mother's cowboy book, which she read at least 100 times. And Robin Hood, which is quite an unsuitable tale for children because it's about thieves. So when I was 9, a teacher read Wind in the Willows out to the class. It was amazing. I've never heard anything like that. That's a rat and a mole and a badger having adventure. I thought, that's great. Have you got any more? And she read a story of Wurzel Gummidge, a scarecrow that lives in a field, and they have a turnip head for thinking, and they had a straw head for mathematics, and they had a dancing head, and they could change their heads. And I thought, I wonder if I could do that. And she cemented in me my love of reading, obsessive compulsive reading. And that stayed with me forever. You've got junk in your heads, like I've got junk in my heads. And it's down to you what you put in your head about locomotion, what food you eat, having love in your life, having a balanced life. It's down to you what you put in and the people you engage to put that into your brain. And what you allow in there and what you don't allow in there. Because the government would want you to eat lamb. And they want you to drink whiskey. Money. Alcohol was the most profitable share of the 20th century. Made the most money. And all governments, where alcohol is there, it's the greatest source of income. The more you drink, the more the politicians can fly around in helicopters. Just tell them a little bit. We know that when they try to put warnings for processed sugar on health warnings in America, the sugar business threatened to sue the government. So the government had to say, oh, well, maybe not too much sugar. You can put in your head whatever you want every single day. And if you don't, you're going to be dragging other people's rubbish around with you. When you put good things in, you displace the rubbish. Tell me, what good things have you put in your head? Anyone? Love. Do you do that regularly?
Yes.
Thank you. What else do you put in your head?
Be present.
Be present. Yeah, that's very, very important. Be present here, now. And I asked you to put your papers and things down to be present with me. Oh, so how many times have you been in a restaurant and there's a 19-year-old couple that's on the verge of copulation and they're going and not talking to each other? And you're thinking, boy, that's a waste of a chance. What else do you put in your minds?
Everything's a choice.
Everything's a choice. Yes. Everything you can create is a choice. People don't believe they can. They've been programmed not to stay off the grass. Don't talk. Don't do this. In at this time, leave at that time. You have to work later. We're not going to pay you, but you have to work later. We're trained as children for the industrial machine. You're nodding your head. You don't like it much, do you? We're trained to produce. But an opportunity of a lifetime comes along every single day. And you open your ears and open your eyes. Your health is dependent on what you put into your head. 5:30 this morning, I went to the gym. I thought, well, I'm coming here, I'm not going to get to the gym later. I thought, well, off I go, and it's lovely because there's a gym downstairs in our block and there was nobody else there. I could have the Asian pop channel on full blast, going away. Oh, it was great. Absolutely. The Baptists have got nothing on me. I was really giving it some. I probably work out about, and in the ballet studio as well, because I still dance on points at 63. Probably 10 to 14 hours a week. Why wouldn't you? Why would you not do that? Why would you not give your television away? Just give it away. Here, I'm sorry, you have it. No, you can't. What am I doing? Yes, it was a... Give it away. Be present. Fill your life with love. Fill your body with nutrition. Think before you eat. I'm a raw food vegan. 96%. For my body, that works best. If I eat a lot of cooked food, my body sort of spreads. It spreads, and it doesn't work. But when I go back to raw, I'm rocking it. I'm rocking it. If I don't exercise, my arthritis kicks in. When I exercise, I don't have any pain. I have flexibility. I have lateral strength. I have strength here, I have strength here, I have the abdominis erectus, I have the latissimus dorsi at the back. So there is core strength. And you need core strength. Otherwise you have back problems, knee problems, ankle problems. There's a surgeon in America, he thought, well, I'm going to do an experiment. And most of his work was knee replacements. And he thought, well, I'm going to do an experiment where I offer knee replacements. And half of the people, I'm going to do a knee replacement, and the other half of the people, I'm just going to open them up and sew them up and say I've given them a knee replacement. And what they found when they reviewed the data is there was no difference. There was literally no difference. We all have injuries. I dislocated that knee last year when I was doing a jump. I forgot at 63, you're probably supposed to jump a lot higher than I was jumping. Oh, there you go. Week and a half on the couch. Then I went back to the gym because I needed to take it back. I needed to have that strength to put it back in and to lift. Your body should lift tall, not when you do this, peristalsis doesn't work so well. Spine's crushed. Happiness. Are you happy? How much time do you invest in being happy? How much fun do you have? Yesterday we went out for a family day to, what was it, Surrey Hills Festival, which was very nice. We met some friends, we sat on the grass, we were ladies at lunch. We were having a very nice time. We're just hanging out, having some fun. Plan. Plan, plan, plan. Feed, 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 feed your brain with what you want to be and what you need in it. What you eat, your exercise, how you want to think, how you want to feel. Antidepressants are the most profitable medication, prescribed in 5 minutes with no real history. In, out. People go for years from one GP to the next for a prescription of antidepressants. Nobody's reviewed whether they should still be on them. Do you make yourselves feel happy? Do you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Would you like to change your mind?
No.
Oh, good. Because being happy is very, very important. Because if you're just going to work, paying the mortgage, coming back, going to work, paying the mortgage, coming back, buying the caravan you can't afford, and going on the holiday, that's far too expensive. Most people spend a lot of the year paying off the holiday they went on. Had a chap come to see me, and he was 43, going to have a child, lived in a house in Newtown, which cost $1,800 a week. He earned $140,000, his wife earned $40,000, and he owed $43,000 on the credit card. And he had no savings, and he was thinking of having a child. Hello? Planning. Your economic health is very important. You don't have to be rich. You have to be careful. not foolish. All that glitters is not gold. What's your most valuable asset? Any volunteers? Health. Numero uno. Numero uno, health. My highest value is health. What I teach people is everything begins in your body. Everything begins in your body. When your body's working and it's doing well, you're doing well. Everything begins in your body. So make your body your first priority every single day, even before the people around you. Because unless your body is working well, you can't look after the people around you. You're substandard. So take care of yourself first. You might spend time praying or visualizing or meditating. I teach people self-hypnosis. I put things into people's mind that they'd like to be there. Why would you not? Why would you not fill your mind with the most brilliant things that is available to enjoy your life? Tell me, what would you like to put in your minds? Nothing? Gratitude.
Yes, attitude of gratitude.
Attitude and gratitude, that's a lovely one, yes. Attitude. Do you all think you have the best attitude to your life? Anybody think they could improve the attitude to their life? Yes. I didn't have put your hands higher. Anybody think they could improve the attitude to their life? Yes. If somebody didn't put your hand up, well, maybe you need to. Because we all need to change our attitude constantly to be a willow tree. Because when the storm comes, we have to change. Ooh, I've gone blank. Anybody there? No. I'll have to speak up then so you can hear me. When you have to change your attitude when the wind comes. What else would you like to put in your mind besides attitude and gratitude? Nothing?
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Yes, it is. Anything is possible. It is possible when you put your mind to it. But 99% of people don't believe that. They're walking between the lines. We've all walked between the lines at times, and we forget that anything is possible. Put everything on the floor. Cups, everything on the floor. Books, food. Put your feet on the floor so that they're parallel. Put your hands open on your lap. Close your eyes and look up inside your mind. I want you to put a picture up inside your mind of you. And you are sailing off a mountain. You're a superhero. You got wings. You can do anything you want. You eat like a Buddhist monk living off the floor of the forest in the field. You treat your body like the most beautiful, beautiful biomechanical machine. And you service it every week so that it's mobile and works well. See yourself inside your mind, giving love, because receiving love always begins with giving love. See yourself as a social human being, interacting with other people and being fully present in the moment as you do that. And you're organised. You have time slots, you have energy slots, and you are very good at resting. Because resting is important. But most of all, you have fun. And inside your mind, your voice, I can do anything. I can eat wonderfully well. I can treat my body like an exquisite mechanical machine and service it. I can love without condition. I can accept love. I can have fun and be happy. I can do all these things every single day of my life. And as you see that picture and run your voice inside your mind, I wonder where in your body the good feeling begins. Locate it. Where does it begin? Where does it spread to next? To mind, your heart, your soul, each and every part of you, until your entire body is full of that amazing feeling. Bring down the walls. Permit yourself to be more than you've ever imagined you could be. And only when you've done that, gently and comfortably, open your eyes and come back to them. Thank you so much.